update on top accolade news. The headlines: Ugandan human rights lawyer tortured and jailed. West Africa to host industrialization summits. UAE and Kenya sign economic partnership agreement to boost trade. Italy and Tunisia seal €400 million energy partnership. In politics, Ugandan human rights lawyer tortured and jailed. A Ugandan human rights lawyer, Aaron Kiza, has been tortured and sentenced to 9 months in prison after being arrested by soldiers on 7 January while representing opposition leader Dr. Kiza Besigye. Kiza was convicted of contempt of court and transferred to Kitalia prison, where he showed signs of physical and mental torture, including swollen joints and bruises. His detention and mistreatment have sparked outrage from human rights organizations who argue that it violates both domestic and international law. Kiza's arrest comes amid heightened political repression in Uganda ahead of the upcoming general election, with opposition figures and their legal teams facing increasing harassment and arrests. Shifting focus to economy, West Africa to host industrialization summits. The West Africa Industrialization, Manufacturing and Trade Summit and Exhibition is set to take place in Lagos this year, aiming to accelerate industrial development across the region. With Africa's contribution to global GDP and manufacturing value still low, the summit will bring together key decision makers to explore ways to foster a sustainable industrial revolution in West Africa. Themed Accelerating West Africa's Sustainable Industrial Revolution for Economic Prosperity, the event will focus on building partnership between African nations rich in natural resources and developed countries with advanced technological solutions. Despite challenges like climate change, geopolitical tension, and political instability, the summit will emphasize the potential for industrial growth, leveraging Africa's resources, young workforce, and renewable energy opportunities for rapid economic transformation. Still in economy, UAE and Kenya signed economic partnership agreements to boost trade. The UAE and Kenya have signed a historic comprehensive economic partnership agreement aimed at boosting trade and investment between the two nations. This agreement marked the UAE's first bilateral trade deal with an African country, reflecting its shift towards economic diversification beyond oil. In 2024, non-oil trade between the two countries surged to $3.1 billion, a 29% increase from the previous year. The CEPA will unlock opportunities in key sectors like ICT, agriculture, tourism, and renewable energy, aligning with the UAE's goal of expanding its economy to $800 billion by 2030. The agreement also eliminates trade barriers, facilitating easier access for Kenyan businesses to the UAE's strategic markets. Moving on in economy, Italy and Tunisia seals €400 million energy partnership. Italy and Tunisia have formalized a landmark 2-year partnership, with Italy committing €400 million to support Tunisia's energy transition and renewable energy projects. The agreement, signed in Rome by Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani and Tunisian Foreign Minister Mohamed Ali Nafti, marks a significant increase in Italy's financial agreements, doubling its previous commitments. The partnership aims to strengthen energy collaboration between the two nations and establish an energy corridor between North Africa and Europe. A plan which focuses on job creation in Africa to curb migration is also a key part of the deal, contributing to a 59% decrease in migrant arrivals in 2024. You are watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In health, Tanzania rejects WHO report on suspected Marburg outbreak. Tanzania has dismissed the World Health Organization's report of a suspected Marburg virus outbreak, where 9 cases, including 8 deaths, were initially reported. The Tanzanian Health Ministry confirmed that the laboratory test on samples from the suspected cases came back negative for Marburg. Minister Jennifer Magama reassured the international community that the country's disease surveillance systems were strengthened and that updates will be shared. The WHO had raised concern over the spread of the virus due to Kagera's location as a transit hub, but the global risk remains low. This comes after Tanzania's first Marburg outbreak in March 2023, which claimed 6 lives. Moving to crime. US imposes sanction on Sudan's army chief. The United States has announced sanctions on Sudan's army chief, General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, accusing him of destabilizing the country and undermining efforts for democratic transition. This follows similar measures last week against Mohamed Hamdan Dagalo, leader of the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces. The US cited the army's deadly attack on civilians, targeting schools, markets, and hospitals, and its use of food deprivation as a tactic of war. As the 21-month civil war escalates, tens of thousands of lives have been lost, millions displaced, and the nation faces the threat of famine. In entertainment, legendary Ghanaian musician Teddy Osei dies at 88. Ghanaian music legend Teddy Osei, founder of the Afro rock band Osibisa, has passed away at the age of 88 in London. Osei, a talented saxophonist, drummer, and vocalist, was a trailblazer in blending African rhythm with rock, soul, jazz, and funk. As the leader of the band, he helped bring African music to the global stage with hits like Sunshine Day and Dance the Bloody Music, capturing the world's attention at once. His legacy as a cultural ambassador and pioneer continues to inspire generations of musicians. Teddy Osei's impact on the music industry, particularly African music, will be remembered and cherished by fans worldwide. Now in sports, MAYO encourages South African footballers to step out of comfort zone. South African footballer Kanyisa MAYO, currently playing for an Algerian club, is encouraging local players to step out of their comfort zones and consider opportunities in North Africa. MAYO, who has spent 5 months in the club, acknowledges the challenges of adapting to the different playing conditions and styles, but insists it has been a rewarding experience. The 26-year-old former Cape Town City striker believes playing in leagues like Algeria's top division offers a chance for players to grow and compete at the highest level, including in the prestigious CAF Champions League. That concludes our African news updates for today. Stay tuned for more African news and developments. Thanks for joining us. I am Ojo Arumi Okocha. Connect and engage with us on all our social media handles. Do have a wonderful day.